Who knew I would make it this far? They hated, they never believed me. Yeah, I would never drop the ball. I know I make it look easy.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College for Game 2 of our doubleheader. In this one, the Montgomery College Raptors welcome in the men's team from CCBC Catonsville, the Cardinals. I'm Michael Brown alongside my partner, Andre Anderson, and our stat man extraordinaire, Evan Brown. And Andre, we're looking forward to a really excellent game tonight.
We are. We already had one good game earlier from the women's game. So this one, I guarantee, is going to be just as good.
Yep, the Raptors women's team led from start to finish to take the opener of our doubleheader. And we are all set for Game 2. And let's run down the starters for both teams. First for Catonsville, number 2, Jamaal Lee, a guard. Number 3, Murray Grant, also at guard. Number 23, Michael Morgan. Number 24, Albright Obodi. And number 35, Andre Stallings McCargo.
Yes, and head coach is TJ Purelio, excuse my mispronunciation, and assistants are Ashley Simmons and Roderick Kempor.
All right, and the starters for the Raptors. Number 4, Jaden Rowe. Number 5, Ibrahim Abdul Mateen Robinson. Number 13, Donovan Keys. Number 20, Will Tchatchoua. And number 42, Sebastian Dokum.
Yes, and the Raptors are led by Coach Jamaal Wise, head coach Jamaal Wise, and assistant Elliot Headley.
Also, a couple other assistants that I neglected to put on your sheet. We've got Junior Blackman, longtime assistant here, and Ted Green. And our officials tonight are Jacob Long, Matt Malone, and Sam Blue. So the Raptors come into this one with a record of 6-8 overall. They are 1-2 in Maryland JUCO. CCBC, the Cardinals, come in with a record of 9-6, and they are 3-2 in Maryland JUCO. And Catonsville will be in black with the red trim. The Raptors in gray with purple trim. We are all set to get underway. Jumping center for Catonsville is number 24, Albright Obode. And Will Tchatchoua will jump for the Raptors. Albright Obode is from Ireland.
Wow. Okay.
That's a little interesting tidbit I picked up and found that fascinating. He has put up some good numbers for Catonsville. And there's the jump. And we're underway. Morgan with the ball. Morgan inside to Obodi. Stallings McCargo off the mark, and the rebound is to Sebastian Dokum. Sebastian Dokum is first in Maryland JUCO in rebounds, and he is 7th in the nation in rebounds.
I mean, he is a force to be reckoned with down in the post.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, 6'10", 200 and don't have the stats on my sheet, but 200 and something pounds. I mean,
yeah, he's about 220.
Yeah, it's a big guy.
And nothing but muscle.
Yeah, that's a big guy.
We are underway. Hoping for a great second game. The Raptors women's team scoring an impressive win in the opener. There's a block by Robinson. Robinson is second in Maryland JUCO in blocks, and he gets his first one real quick. Ibrahim Abdul Mateen Robinson. His brother is also on the team, number 11, Mohammed Abdul Mateen Robinson. He'll be playing, if he plays tonight, it'll be his first game of the season as he has recovered from a knee injury.
Yeah, it's good to see him back.
Yeah, he's been cleared to play. Inside, and a good bucket there by Robinson. Fast-paced to begin with, as Catonsville is off to a quick 5-2 lead. Jaden Rowe with the ball, inside to Doka, and he scores. Catonsville wanted to travel, didn't get it. From the corner.
Three ball is good.
That is number 2, Jamaal Lee. That's a 3. Robinson. Jaden Rowe with the basketball to Will Tchatchoua, has it knocked out of bounds. Will Tchatchoua is back from an injury as well.
Yeah, he's been out 4 or 5 games, is that correct?
Yep, 4 or 5 games with turf toe. That's a painful injury that does not help in a basketball
not at all.
situation. Rowe inside to Doakland, back to Rowe. The shot, in and out, no good. A frenetic early going, which we expected. Almost taken away there by Keys. It'll stay down at the Catonsville end.
I didn't really see the foul there, but hey, that's just me.
I know. I don't disagree with you.
Yeah, he went up straight, grabbed the ball. Thought that was within the rules, but hey.
And now we got a little extracurricular activities going on out here. A little too much chatter. And they're going to call a tee. Somebody has been given a tee.
Yeah, a lot of talking's been going on.
So we're not even 3 minutes into the game, and temper's already running high.
Yeah, I mean, it happens in sports, you know. I mean,
absolutely.
Both teams are trying to win. All these players are competitors, but so early in the game.
And the technical was on a Raptor. I'm not sure who it was.
I might have been Tchatchoua.
It was on Will Tchatchoua.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I did not want to defame him. So there was a previous foul was on Dokum, and then the extracurricular activities ensued. Ooh. It looked like he was out of bounds to me, no call. Murray Grant, Murray Grant with the bucket. He is the leading scorer for the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's aggressive when he has the ball.
Yeah, he averages 18.6 a game. Morgan. Murray Grant off the back of the rim, no good. Put back and good by Jamaal Lee, number 2. Raptors in the hole.
Yeah, it's a fast start by Catonsville.
Catonsville 2 of 2 in the early going from 3. There's a nice feed to number 5, Ibrahim Abdul Mateen Robinson. Murray Grant off the mark. And there's a whistle. Jump ball. And timeout on the floor.
Yeah, this has been a very fast-paced game so far.
It's the pace has been blinding.
Yeah.
Both teams off to a good start shooting, but Catonsville has 9 shots from the floor versus 6 for the Raptors.
Yeah, and they're also 2 for 3 from threes compared to the 0 for 2 for threes from NC.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game right now. As the Raptors have yet to hit a 3 or take a 3, which is surprising. And no free throws, of course, for the Raptors yet, whereas Catonsville is 3 for 3 from the line early. 3 team fouls on the Raptors, none so far on Catonsville. Give it time, it will change. Good look at Will Tchatchoua, number 22. And Lance Porter is now in for Catonsville, number 11. And in for the Raptors is number 32, Landon Martinez. One of the new players the Raptors just added.
Yeah, an exciting prospect. So this is his first game today?
This is his first game. Yep. Also in for the Raptors is number 1, Kanari Smith. This is his second game for the Raptors. The Raptors were able to add some players who were transfers. They had to sit out the first semester, but they are now on the roster and contributing. Martinez misses and almost taken away there by Calla. I'm sorry, make that Abdul Mateen Robinson. And knocked out of bounds, it'll be Raptors ball.
All right, this is a big possession here, I feel like. They haven't scored in some time now.
Yeah, they need a bucket.
Yeah, they do. Kind of forced.
Kanari Smith kind of forced that one. He was off the mark. Head to Lance Porter, number 11. He puts it up. No good. Rebound Tchatchoua. And he loses it. Got knocked to the floor. And there's a bucket. Oh, they try the alley-oop. And that was dangerous.
It was. Luckily, he didn't fall awkwardly. He gets up and he'll go to the line.
They tried to do the alley-oop with Kanari Smith, and boy, that was scary. There's a good look at Kanari Smith. They're not calling it a flagrant. Borderline.
Yeah, that was a tough foul.
Yeah, that was a foul with a message. I mean, he took his legs out from under him. I think it's questionable that it wasn't flagrant. Anyway, Kanari Smith makes his first. Kanari played last weekend when the Raptors beat Mercer 60-51, and Kanari had a very nice debut. He scored 17 points and had 10 boards.
That's a solid double-double.
Yeah,
especially 10 rebounds from a more of a guard position player.
Oh yeah, he's a guard. He's definitely a guard, but he's got a 40-inch vertical.
That's wow.
Which is kind of crazy.
Mine might be in the 12 to 15 range.
Mine's in the 2 to 3 inch range. But I haven't tried one in so long, I may not have one anymore. I don't know.
Well, you know what could probably help your vertical? Pickle juice.
Well, pickle juice does solve a lot of issues.
It does.
And there's Kenari Smith. Pickle juice, how they used to say rub a little Robitussin on it?
Oh.
Yeah. Now it's pickle juice.
Oh.
Yeah.
How long ago was the Robitussin thing?
Oh, that was back, that was an old Chris Rock routine.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's not original. I'm stealing that from Chris Rock. And I know that's a very sensitive topic right now in stand-up comedy.
It is.
Still a 7-point lead for Catonsville. Action is just frenetic.
Yeah, the gym filled up as well. Good amount of fans watching the game. This is great.
Chris Martin now in the lineup for the Raptors, number 0. And he has the ball. Kenari Smith. Back to Smith. Drives the baseline. No good. Blocked.
Yeah, refs letting them play.
They are letting them play. They really are letting them play. Sometimes what I've noticed in games at this level, if the pace is so frenetic, the refs kind of get caught up in it and start calling a lot of fouls.
Yeah.
But so far, we're not seeing that.
Yeah, no, the refs have kept the game, pretty even. The players have been playing pretty straightforward, so let them play, right?
The only questionable call I've seen to this point is that the foul when Kenari Smith went in for the alley-oop.
Yeah, that was tough.
That might have been a flagrant. But other than that, I'm loving it. There's a good look at Kenari Smith.
Yeah, and Smith's been pretty aggressive so far as well. He's going to the line again for a second time, getting to the paint. He's trying to attack the basket. Very good.
No, he's an aggressive player. And he's 2 for 2 from the line. And he makes it. So he's now 3 for 3. Raptors come into the game. They're not a great foul shooting team. They only hit 68%. Both teams 3 for 3 from the foul line, and as soon as I said it,
that's the commentator's curse right there.
That is the commentator's curse. I apologize to Kenari. Acrobatic pass there by Michael Morgan. Ooh. Wow, what a block by Martinez.
That was big time. Yeah, that man is electric down low, Martinez.
Landon Martinez, 6'9", transferred here, and came from Florida. And there's an offensive foul on Stallings McCargo. So both teams now with 3 team fouls. Get to 7 fouls, and then you're in the bonus. Chris Martin with the ball. To Robinson. Back to Robinson, over cross court to Smith. Martin drives, puts it up. Tough shot.
That was great. That was great. And they took their time there. They took their time, waited for the best shot, and they found it.
Got a good shot. They didn't just throw up a three. There's a long three by Catonsville. Morgan off the mark. Smith with the rebound.
Three ball.
To Team Robinson off the mark. Grant is fouled. Murray Grant, leading scorer for Catonsville. Their second leading scorer is Joe Nathan Kelly, who we have yet to see. Unless I missed him coming in.
Number 5.
And I do believe I did miss him coming in. He's over there by the scorer's table.
Oh.
On the far side of the court. This is Murray Grant. His first is up and good. Foul was on Smith. That last foul. Murray Grant is third in Maryland JUCO from the foul line, 86.7%. That is excellent.
And he gets there pretty often as well, so.
He made them both.
Yep.
New player in for the Raptors, number 10, Kevin Neal. And there's a three from the corner by Smith. Raptors have cut the lead, or cut the deficit now to 6. Porter, Micah Morgan. Oh, no call. I like that no call.
Yeah. Yeah, anything that's basically going down low, Martinez is looking to just block it.
Yeah. Yeah. Both these teams have excellent shot blockers on the team. For Catonsville, Murray Grant averages just over a block a game. For the Raptors, Ibrahim Abdul-Mateen Robinson is second in Maryland JUCO with 2.5 blocks a game. We're midway through the first half. And a charging call on Catonsville. 32, Isaiah Thomas now in for Catonsville. Catonsville has a very deep bench. They have a deeper bench than the Raptors. And there's Martinez with a dunk. And he's going to go to the line.
The guy's electric.
Landon Martinez cuts the lead to 4. And a chance to make it a 3-point game and a 3-point play. Foul was on Grant. And that's his second foul already. And we're only midway through the first half. He had a charge prior to that, and then he comes down to the other end and fouls Martinez. And again, Murray Grant is their leading scorer. Oh, there's an over and back situation. Oh, apparently the ball was touched by the Raptors. That's what the ref said. Jamaal Wise, head coach for the Raptors, did not agree. I'm currently sitting next to a former classmate of the Raptors head coach, Jamaal Wise went to Paint Branch High School, and our statistician, Evan Brown, also went there. There's rebound to Jamal Lee. And travel. Raptors with it. 2 turnovers in the early going for Catonsville. And there's a 3.
Big time
from the corner for Benito Calla.
Yeah, they needed that one.
Calla, one of the better 3-point shooters on the team. Actually leads the team in threes, averaging, hitting 35%. Perry off the mark.
Yeah, this is a big opportunity right here for MC to get some more points on the board. Cut it from a 5 points, either a 2 or a 3-point game.
Yeah, this is the closest they've been in a while.
Yep.
Tchatchoua has been quiet. Off the mark. I don't believe Tchatchoua has scored yet. He's scoreless so far, which is unusual. He is the Raptors' leading scorer, averaging 19 a game. And our camera operator just got knocked out of his chair.
Yeah, that was his second time back to back.
And he might be hurting a little bit. Let's hope not. Morgan. Oh, that was a nice play.
Wow, great block.
But a great block by the Raptors. Oh. Obodi broke up that Raptors fast break, got his hand in the passing lane. Morgan, that's got to be another charge.
It is a charge. Great defensive play by Tchatchoua right there.
I'm sorry, that was Joe Nathan Kelly. Yeah, that was a good defensive play. Heads up. He saw the play develop, and he had position. I do believe the camera operator's chair might have been damaged by that collision. There's Kelly with an easy bucket off the fast break.
Well, I hope he's ready to, stand for the rest of the game.
Tchatchoua, double team down low.
Yeah, it's been a rough night for him so far.
Yeah. He is off to a very slow start. He's the Raptors' leading scorer at 19 a game. He's also second in rebound at almost 10 a game, 9.8. He's got 1 board and no points so far. It is his first game back after injury. He missed 5 games, so that's got to be some of it.
Oh, yeah, maybe a little bit rusty. He's trying to find his legs. But they're going to need him today.
Oh, absolutely. This Catonsville team is talented and aggressive and deep. And there's Joe Nathan Kelly. He's the second leading scorer on the team, averaging just over 18 a game. Jaden Rowe, double team. There's Tchatchoua, off the mark. Rowe, tried to dish it to Abdul-Mateen Robinson. But quick hands by Catonsville broke that play up. Looked like it had 2 written all over it. And we've got a timeout on the floor with 5:38 to go in the first half. And Catonsville on top by 9. Taking a look at early stats. The shooting from the floor is just about even. 42.3 for Catonsville, 42.1 for the Raptors. Catonsville's 5 for 5 from the foul line.
Yeah, compared to the 3 for 5, not too bad from MC.
Neither team shooting all that well from 3.
No.
And the rebound battle so far being won by Catonsville, 14-9. 2 steals for Catonsville to none for the Raptors. Catonsville averages 18 steals a game.
Wow. They're very active on defense.
Yeah. The Raptors only averaged 7. So that's a big.
That's a huge.
Yeah, that's a big point.
Difference. And obviously steals can turn into points, so that gives them more opportunity to get down the court.
Yep.
And score. So.
Yep. Points off turnovers so far, just 3 for the Raptors and 11 for Catonsville. So that's huge.
That's where the points are coming from them.
They are converting their opportunities. Chris Martin from the corner. Nope. And in now is number 4, Prince Anderson for Catonsville, along with number 10, Jonathan Chester. Joe Nathan Kelly still out there. Lance Porter still out there. Shot up and off. Rebound, Chris Martin. That's got to be a foul. He was sandwiched.
Yeah, by 3 people.
A triple-decker.
And I believe we're in the 1-and-1 situation with the free throws.
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Yep. 7th team foul.
So it's after.
Foul was on Anderson.
Yeah, so it's after, what is it, 5 or 6 fouls? Is it 1-and-1 and then?
After 7.
After 7.
Yeah, and then the double bonus after 10. So the double bonus means you get 2 shots regardless.
Yep.
The simple bonus situation, or whatever you want to call it, the 7 foul situation is a 1-and-1 situation.
Yep, make the first one and get your second.
Yep. And he makes the second.
Here comes Dokum.
So Sebastian Dokum checks back in.
And Christian Martin comes out.
So the Raptors, a pretty big lineup out there. Missed the 3, battle for the rebound, and they're going to call that a jump ball, and it'll stay at the Catonsville end. Dokum landed on the, I mean, that's a lot of weight falling on you.
Oh yeah, I would have put in my, what is it, not my regulate, what is it, when you're like out for a while from work?
Oh yeah, you'd have to get extended medical leave.
There it is, the medical leave.
Yeah, FMLA.
Oh yeah.
With me, they'd be calling the ambulance.
Oh, I mean, me too. My extended would be at least 3 years.
Prince Anderson.
Oh,
Chester.
Good defense, good defense.
Now Tchatchoua with the steal. Nice pass to Abdul-Mateen Robinson, but he couldn't convert.
They called a charge on Tchatchoua.
Yeah, Will off to a slow start. Will Tchatchoua is getting a lot of looks from four-year schools. And he just, he's taking a seat. Again, he has missed the last 5 games with injury. So he's probably a little rusty. And up and good. That's all Bright Abodi. He averages 12.2 points a game and 9.2 rebounds. Jaden Rowe with the basketball, drives, puts it up, and they do call a foul on that one. I thought they were going to let that go for a second.
Yeah, that was a late call, but we'll take it.
Raptors will definitely take it. And it is a shooting foul, so that'll put Jaden Rowe on the foul line.
And here's the replay right here. Good take to the hoop, and
yeah, he was definitely fouled.
he was.
Foul number 23, Michael Morgan.
And he's looking for his first points of the game. First shot up, and off the mark. Second shot, too strong.
These are points MC needs.
Yeah. That's why they call them free throws. You know, and it drives coaches crazy. Abodi puts it up, kind of threw it up. Dokum with the rebound. And loses control. Knocked out of his hands. That was Kamari Smith, had it knocked out of his hands. Good look at Donovan Keys. Donovan's a 6'1" freshman. Keys with the ball. And he has it stolen. Stallings McCargo with the easy bucket off the turnover. There's that turnovers to points again.
Oh, he was out.
Rowe. Abdul Mateen Robinson, good.
Great shot.
Nice soft touch on that one. Kicks it. Kelly. Drives, dishes. Abodi had it blocked by Dokum. Abdul Mateen Robinson off the mark.
Kind of forced there, you know?
And timeout. Timeout on the floor. Raptors trailing by 9. So 3 steals so far for Catonsville. As we told you, that's one of their specialties. Interestingly, no assists so far for Catonsville versus 6 for the Raptors. But points off turnovers, that's the difference in the ball game right there.
There it is.
13 points off turnovers for Catonsville to just 3 for the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean,
and the Raptors trail by 9. And neither team shooting well from 3. Catonsville is perfect from the foul line.
yeah, MC's
5
left
for
points.
5.
MC's left points at the line as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they have a chance to actually be up this game if they, didn't give away so many points off turnovers and then knock some free throws down. They could actually be up.
They're losing the Raptors are losing the rebound battle as well. Catonsville has 18-14 for MC. Oh my goodness. They just threw a cheerleader about halfway up to the ceiling.
And my heart almost dropped.
I'll tell you, if I were her mom,
Wow.
I guess that wouldn't be possible, though. All right, we're back to it.
Great defense.
Good steal there by Chris Martin. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
Wow. Benito Calla went up for the slam, and he had it blocked, and I think that was clean. I'd love to see another look at that if we get a chance, but with the pace we're playing here, I don't think we have a chance. And they call a foul on that one, which is, he must have grabbed him. Grabbed his forearm, perhaps. Makeup, perhaps.
Yeah, that, I mean, we'll take it, but it might have been. Let's see the replay.
Here we go. We're going to get a good look at this.
Oh, this is the block. Oh,
That was clean.
that was a clean block.
That is about as clean as you're going to get, particularly in that type of play. Now the head coach for the Cardinals is working the refs right now, but that usually never works. Oh, he stepped on the out of bounds line. So that's a turnover as Stallings McCargo stepped out. Well, the heel of his shoe stepped out. Calla. Martin. Smith puts up a floater, no good. Rebound to Dokum. Excellent rebound in traffic.
I think we should start to find him down low a bit more. The thing about it is what I'm noticing is he's getting down in the post, right? And he's actually calling for the ball. He's posting up, calling for it. Why not feed him?
Exactly. They really don't have anybody that matches up with him physically out there right now anyway. Because he's not only tall, at 6'10", he is powerful. So that's the first points of the night off a turnover for the Raptors. Calla. And we are just about at the end of the first half. I'll tell you, Calla had a very easy run down that end line there.
He did. He probably was surprised himself.
I know. It was like they opened up. The waters parted. There's a shot. No good, and that is the end of the first half. So at the end of the first half, the Raptors trailing 35-28 as Catonsville led from the start. We're going to take a quick break. Please enjoy our halftime entertainment. Andre and I will be right back with the second half after this break.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in then break you out. In the end we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the show. Part 2 we don't need no pause. You with Misty, we gon' get tipsy. Don't need a power slide.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars from a copy my steel. Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real.
How do you define Montgomery College? That's the wrong question. It's not how it's defined, it's who defines it.
This is a turning point. It's a moment to look to the future and reify your purpose.
MC is defined by those who put in the work, from early mornings to late nights, from the classroom to the workplace, with their family, their teammates, and when no one is watching. When our students declare to the world, "I am MC," they stand tall, backed by 1,000 experiences that have shaped them along the way, and alongside those who have walked the path with them.
There may have been moments of doubt when you were frayed by too much responsibility. Some of you have changed majors and found new inspiration. Through it, you have found the courage to surmount obstacles. If you are the first in your family to graduate, please stand up and say, "I am MC." If you earned a high school diploma and a college degree this spring, if you speak more than one language, if you are older than 50 years old, a military service member, an honor student, if you are a parent or a member of the Montgomery College graduating class, please stand up and say, "I am MC."
Those who embody our spirit don't just graduate and move on. Rather, they continue to represent us as the designers of change and the leaders that they've been the entire time. We don't just begin to be inspired by them after graduation. It's that in our eyes, they've been inspiring us every step of the way.
Employers are looking for licensed physical therapy assistants. MC has a 2-year degree program for jobs in this career. And in this area, the average pay is good. Learn more about becoming a physical therapy assistant and how MC can help you get there.
You on my mind a lot. Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen. Make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in. From the beat to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up. Break you in, then break you out. In the end, we gon' make a child. Then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2, break you in, then yeah, that's every day.
in my mind.
Career success starts at Montgomery College. At MC, you can prepare for a rewarding career in these exciting fields. And if your goal is earning a bachelor's degree, starting at MC is a smart choice. MC's award-winning team supports you every step of the way, with advising, tutoring, and career preparation to help you make your move. Join the thousands that are getting the education they need to succeed at Montgomery College.
From the beginning. That's what I'm talking about.
All young men with suits and ties, just sitting in the crowd smoking big cigars. I hope you're ready for what's coming now. I'm the one on the lady that will bring you down. That'll rock this place. That'll rock this place. Rock this place.
beginning.
Turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. Your memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the brakes. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Yeah, it's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
I'm Jordan. I am a second year in the early college program. I'm currently majoring in elementary education and special education at the Rockville campus.
Hello, my name is Paulo Rivero. I am a second year student at the Montgomery College Early College Biotechnology program.
My name is Krushi Savla, and I was in the early college program. I completed the nursing program at Montgomery College, and I graduated in spring of 2022.
I found high school to be sometimes a bit challenging. It really depends on what courses you take. I wanted to challenge myself academically more.
I've always knew that I wanted to have my diploma in something else, like going into high school. So the early college program stuck out to me the most because the degree at the end.
The most fascinating thing about it was it had the career pathway that I wanted to choose regardless. So that really pulled me to it, saying, you know, if this is what I want to do for my whole life, then why not start early?
When I came on campus, I was like, what did I get myself into? Like, it was like, oh my gosh, moment.
IMC schedule is, I would say, is more flexible than high school. You don't have to spend 45-minute periods in one class.
In high school, you know, we have 7 classes in the day. They're all only 50 minutes. Then you come to college, you don't have all your classes every day.
There is a lot of growth in the first 2 semesters that I've gone through. I think that's something that you would discover. You realize that, oh, going to a professor's office hours is really helpful. It's a very good tool.
I was very nervous as to how I'm going to keep up the pace, but also excited to meet other people that, you know, are doing the same thing as me, making new friends and just experiencing college. So it's helpful, you know, having that bond where we all kind of stuck together, we all knew what we all were feeling within each other. So it was that sort of empathy that, you know, we all shared, where we all understood what we all are feeling. Yeah.
I kind of feel like I have a head start because I did 2 years in college before I went into a 4-year I'm more responsible for myself, and it's like I don't have like reminders to like go to class, do your homework. It's like I have to do it. I didn't like how with AP classes, if you don't pass the final exam, you wouldn't get the credit. With the early college program, when I graduate in 2023, next year, I will have more than a credit. I will have a degree, and I feel like that will help me when I apply to a 4-year, more than an AP class.
Walking across the stage, like, it's surreal, I will say. Even for me, it's like at, 18, 19 years old with an associate's degree, I can step out and get into my career is like a dream. Like, it doesn't even feel real sometimes. And it really shows that there is no age limit at what you can do things.
I would recommend this program. I feel like it's gonna be like really rewarding. Like, I get to walk not once, but twice. I have a college degree. I'm gonna also have a diploma. It's gonna be like a feeling that like, wow, like I did it.
It's not that you can't do it, it's what's stopping you from doing it. If you want to do it, I believe you truly can do it because you have more than enough resources to get you through it.
So my advice to any new students that are thinking of going to this program is to use your resources, to be committed, and to persevere through this. Because once you have a good attitude towards this, you're unstoppable.
Data science is much more broad. Our world is full. In fact, we're saturated with data. We're consumers, we're producers of data. A lot of people are now suddenly aware, maybe because of ChatGPT or any of these artificial intelligence pieces that are all surrounding our lives.
And welcome back to the Rockville campus of Montgomery College. Michael Brown alongside my partner, Andre Anderson, and our statistician, Evan Brown. We are getting ready for the second half. Let's take a look at some of the key stats from the first half, Andre. All right, leading scorers for Catonsville. Murray Grant with 10. Joe Nathan Kelly with 8. Jamaal Lee with 7, and Michael Morgan and Albright Abodi with 4 each. For the Raptors, leading scorer is Kamari Smith with 7. Ibrahim Abdul Robinson 6, Benito Calla 5, and Christian Martin and Dokum with 4 each. So what jumps out at you there, Andre?
A name that you did not mention, Tchatchoua. He has 0 points. I mean, that, if you were going to tell me beforehand, Tchatchoua's going to have 0 points at the half, I would have told you that is impossible. But I guess anything is possible. I think the second half needs to be one where he needs to, get the ball into the hoop.
Well, and Jaden Rowe as well has been held scoreless, and he is he's one of the top scorers on the Raptors. Ibrahim Abdul Mateen Robinson has 6. He's also one of the leading scorers, but when 2 of your top scorers have not scored, that is that helps explain why Catonsville is ahead. The other big point that you and I were talking about at halftime is the points off turnovers. 13 points off turnovers for Catonsville to just 5 for the Raptors, and that's the difference in the game scoring-wise.
Yeah, literally the difference right there.
We are underway. Let me set the lineups, if I can, for both teams. On the court right now for the for Catonsville, number 2, Jamaal Lee, number 3, Murray Grant, number 23, Michael Morgan, 24, Albright Abodi, and number 35, Andre Stallings McCargo. For the Raptors, number 4, Jalen Rowe, number 5, Ibrahim Abdul Mateen Robinson. Number 13, Donovan Keys. Number 22, Will Tchatchoua. And number 42, Sebastian Dokum. The other thing we noticed a lot in the first half is that Catonsville went deep into their bench.
They did.
Did a lot of substituting. And they play at both teams play at a very intense pace. The Raptors didn't use their bench quite as much. And the Raptors get the first bucket of the second half with Ibrahim Abdul-Mateen Robinson. That's a good start for the Raptors. They cut the lead to 3. And there's a foul. Foul is on Donovan Keys, and that'll put number 2, Jamaal Lee, on the foul line. Lee is a sophomore guard out of Cristo Jesuit. Basket is good. Foul shot is good. So Catonsville stays perfect from the foul line. Keys drops one. Raptors down by 2.
Yeah, very good start to the half for the Raptors.
Excellent start. Lee with the shot off the mark, no good. And Catonsville retains possession. Murray Grant with the basketball. He drives, puts it up, no good.
Out of bounds.
Just a 2-point game at this point. So we expected a very intense, close second half.
We do.
I don't see any reason why we won't get that. Ooh, look at this press by Catonsville. This is the first we've seen this. And they almost got the steal in the backcourt. Keys. Catonsville is excellent. They are one of the top teams in Maryland JUCO in steals. They average over 18 steals a game. This has been a physical game, but not a lot of fouls called.
No, refs letting them play. I mean, and it's been physical, but it's been like the clean type of physical, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, players aren't doing anything outside of what they should be when it comes to trying to steal the ball and things like that, so it's been clean.
Yeah. I mean, we had one play in the first half that looked like it could have gone as a possible flagrant, but other than that, meanwhile, the ref is like, you guys are just pushing a little too much here. Calm down. But that's good. I like seeing a ref do that.
Yeah, just let them know. Don't call a foul.
Yeah.
Just let them know and then let them play.
Listen, guys, I'm not blind. I see what's going on. There's a Bodie. He loses it, but they still get the shot off. Dokum battles for the rebound.
What?
I'm not sure what the call was.
Wait. Yeah, he's called a travel, but
I don't get that one. He was down, but he didn't really have possession.
Wow. Okay.
That was a strange call. We'll say that. Shot is up, no good. And the Raptors lose it. 3 is off the mark. Dokum battles. And it's going to stay at the Catonsville end. Very physical under the board.
It is.
They're definitely letting them play. Bodie and Dokum are really going at it. 2 very physical players. Lee, Morgan, Grant, and Nice shot by Grant.
Yeah, it was a good little fake he did right there.
Catonsville back up by 4. There's a foul. And that foul is going to be on Grant. Not a shooting foul. Again, 17 fouls and you get 1 and 1. 10 fouls, you go into the double bonus. That's the 3rd foul on Grant.
Yeah, so he has to be careful here.
Yeah, that's not a player they want to lose. He's their leading scorer.
I saw him signaling to his coach saying, I'm going to play it smart. Hold the ball, hold the ball.
Keys.
Foul.
Oh, he's fouled. Foul is going to be on number 23, Michael Morgan.
Foul number 23, Michael Morgan.
That's just his first. Second personal. Neither team is in particular foul trouble. Murray Grant has 3 and Morgan 2. That would be the greatest concern for Catonsville. For the Raptors, only Will Tchatchoua with 2 fouls. Nobody else with more than 1. Again, a lot of that is because they really let them play basketball in the first half.
Yeah. It was a very smooth half.
Keys makes a foul shot. It's a 2-point game. Lee.
Wow, great pass.
Excellent pass. I'm sorry, Murray Grant with the pass to Abode. Dokum is now on the bench for the Raptors, and Landon Martinez is in. Martinez gave the Raptors some good minutes in the first half. Here's Grant. There's the perfect dish to Abode.
That was great. Yeah.
Our statistician points out the fact that as soon as Dokum went to the bench, the Cardinals got a dunk. There's a tie-up. It'll be Raptors basketball. Substitution for the Raptors. Donovan Keys checks out, and checking in is Muhammad Abdul Mateen Robinson. So the brother of Ibrahim. And Muhammad is coming back from a knee injury. He missed the whole first half of the season. There's a steal by Grant and an easy 2.
Another steal.
And the Raptors will inbound from under their basket. 6-point game. Inbounds. Abdul Mateen Robinson and makes it Ibrahim. We have both Ibrahim and Muhammad out there, the Abdul Mateen brothers. We want to give a shout out to our excellent crew here tonight, doing a great job covering both ends of the doubleheader here. Really, really great job by, I'll tell you, a crew that is about half students, Andre.
Yeah.
And of course, that's one of the things that Montgomery College Television does so well is give practical training that turns into professional jobs in the field.
Yeah, I would say their hands-on experience is what a lot of the interns, a lot of the students say that they really appreciate and they love. You know, because at a lot of places you might get training, but that might not equate to you actually getting hands-on with like the equipment and the cameras and being as close as they are with a lot of the people you work with. But here at MCTV, they get all the experience, and they actually, if you're looking at the baseline, actually, they're shooting the game.
Our two baseline camera operators are both students. We have students in the truck. We have former students here who are in the industry as professionals. And the great thing is they don't just get cable pulling jobs when they're here. They learn how to operate everything. And it's a great training ground, the Montgomery at MCTV. So the Raptors have tied it up while we were giving our students and the program a well-deserved tip of the hat. The Raptors have tied it at 42. So nice little comeback. It is anybody's basketball game. Good look at the crowd. Got a nice crowd here considering that classes have not started.
People love their MC basketball.
They do. It's exciting stuff. So the Raptors have suddenly started picking up some points off turnovers. And as a matter of fact, the last two that tied this up was off a turnover. Jaden Rowe is called for a foul. And TJ Perlow has not stopped working the refs. He seems to be in constant conversation.
He knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah. He played at Catonsville. TJ did. And then he was head coach at at Baltimore City Community College before getting the job at his alma mater, Catonsville.
That's cool. That's really cool.
That's great.
Full circle.
Yeah, and I read his bio, and he's very grateful for everything he learned at Catonsville, at Baltimore City. Seems like a very nice young man. Doing a good job at Catonsville. And he makes a foul shot. So Catonsville back up by 2. Rowe. There's Chris Martin. I'm sorry, that's Kenari Smith. Nice looking shot. Shot up and good by Isaiah Thomas, who's now in for Catonsville. Also in number 15, Daquan Green. Shot up, no good. Rebound to Martinez. Out to Abdul Mateen Robinson. He drives, and he's tied up. He's tied up, and that'll be Catonsville ball. Good look there at Isaiah Thomas, number 32, freshman out of Manchester High School. And there's a great look at Jamaal Wise, the Raptors head coach. Jamaal is a basketball legend in this area. When he played at Paint Branch, he was the Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Maryland. Went on to a very successful career at the University of Rhode Island and played in Europe. Got an excellent staff with Elliot Headley, Ted Green, and Junior Blackman. Martinez. And Mohammed Abdul Mateen Robinson checks out for the Raptors. Chris Martin in for the Raptors.
Good rebound.
Wow. There's that vertical leap we were talking about with Smith. Man, did he get up there. Oh, that would have been nifty if he there's
foul.
Martinez, but he has it blocked by Abodi.
Martinez has been active getting those offensive rebounds. That's his third in actually the last just 2 possessions. 2 in the last possession.
And Kenari Smith now with 11 points for the Raptors.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yep. Martinez with 2 points, makes the first foul shot. Cuts the lead to 1. It is truly anybody's ball game. We're about midway through the first half. Martinez is 1 for 2 tonight from the foul line. Let's see if he can make it 2 for 3. I gotta say, he's got some very spiffy sneakers on.
What color would you say that is?
You know, I've been trying to figure that out. I believe you said earlier salmon.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there. That's what I was thinking. What do you think?
Well, you know, I think maybe Kenari Smith has salmon. Those are salmon. I'm not sure about. I'm gonna give it a little thought here. But they are colorful. Smith to Rowe from the corner, no good. Good offensive rebound by Ibrahim Abdul Mateen Robinson. Boy, he had great position.
Very good.
Rowe has yet to score, and that is a factor for the Raptors. He's averaging 10.3 a game.
But here's a very big possession for the Raptors as they could take the lead, which I don't think they have done in a while.
No, they have not. They have not led the entire game.
There you go.
Meanwhile, considering that the 2 of the top scorers for the Raptors have been held scoreless, this is actually an encouraging sign, I think. Leading scorer for the Raptors is Ibrahim Abdul Mateen Robinson. He's got 16. And Kenari Smith with 11. So the Raptors get their first lead of the game with 12:19 to go. Getting a little chippy out there. We got to watch it. We don't want any problems. Calm down, guys. Play basketball. And there's a steal by Smith to Martinez. And then Chris Martin runs into number 35, Stallings McCargo. And I'm not sure that Stallings McCargo was set.
No, here's the replay, and
no,
he just ran into his way, in his path.
No, he was not set. Thank you. That was a great replay. Very timely. There's a foul. And that'll put Lance Porter on the foul line. And he'll be, well, it's a shooting foul, but the Raptors now have 17 fouls. So every foul from now on is 1-and-1. Meanwhile, Catonsville is now 9 of 10 from the foul line. Of course, they've had So they are shooting very well from the foul line. The Raptors are 9 of 14. Makes them both.
All tied up.
All tied up at 50. And a press by Catonsville. There's Smith with a floater, no good. Excellent rebound by Abdul Mateen Robinson.
3-ball.
Tchatchoua off the mark again. Abdul Mateen Robinson with another great rebound, but he throws it away. Doing some yeoman-like work under the boards there.
Good block. Oh!
Kenari Smith with a beautiful dunk.
Wow. That man jumps out the gym.
He deserves to smile.
Oh,
He's got a grin on his face.
He is a great player.
He loved that one. There's a block, but they lose it. It is really getting physical out there. Tie up on the floor. Let's see, it's got to be a jump ball, and it'll be Raptors ball. You got to watch out in a situation like this that things don't get physical. Dry off that floor. These guys are working hard out here.
Oh, yeah.
What a dunk by Kenari Smith. You know the old line from the circus, he flew through the air with the greatest of ease. That daring young man on the flying trapeze.
Look at you. Oh, man.
So timeout on the floor, and we got a barn burner here, buddy. But I tell you, a couple of things really jump out at me, and number one is Jaden Rowe and Will Tchatchoua scoreless, but the Raptors are on top.
Hey, I mean, if you're, one of your best players hasn't even scored and you're winning the game, that's saying something about the whole team as a collective. It's not a one-man show.
Exactly.
It's showing that the team together can play really well.
And I think it shows that they are much deeper than when we saw them earlier in the year.
100%.
They were only going 6-7 deep.
Yep.
They had to play several games in the first half of the season with just 7 players.
Mm-hmm.
So they're really sharing the burden. There's Smith, jumper off the mark, no good. But again, I'm amazed at how high he got up just for that jumper.
Oh, yeah.
Shot from the corner for 3, no good. Abdul Mateen Robinson with the rebound. He's going to take it down to Smith. Off the mark, no good. Rebound to Stallings McCargo. Shot is up and good by Lance Porter. So we're back tied again. Smith up, no good. Mateen Robinson with the rebound. Boy, he is having a night on the boards. That is 10 rebounds for Abdul Mateen Robinson, 16 points. So he's got a double-double.
Solid game.
Really played well. I'll tell you, he's not a huge guy, but he's really banging around under the boards there. He's 6'6", but he's slight. He's not that muscular, not that big.
I was gonna say, to me, 6'6" is that's like a giant.
Yeah, that's a giant. To you and I.
Yeah.
Kevin Neal in now for the Raptors. Third foul on Lee for the Cardinals. Tchatchoua finally gets his first basket. That takes the burden off the shoulders. Let's see if he can open up a little bit here.
Wow.
Man, that was a tough shot by Joe Nathan Kelly.
A nice floater.
Wow. In traffic, in the lane. He's got 12 points. Well, he's their second leading scorer. He's averaging 18 a game. There's Tchatchoua again.
There he goes again.
2 quick buckets for Will Tchatchoua.
Yeah, it's important that he's doing this. I mean, at some point, we needed him to get points in.
Yeah.
It's the most important time. It's crunch time.
Yep. Yep. And it is indeed that. And there's a charge. Wait a minute. No.
Oh, blocking foul.
Blocking foul. I was looking at the Raptors, who all thought it was charge.
Which I would
not
think,
surprising.
Yeah, I would think they would think that.
No surprise on that one. And that'll put Murray Grant on the foul line. I'm sorry, Kelly, Joe Nathan Kelly. He's 2 for 2 from the line. Oh, missed it. There's Neal. And there's a foul. Foul is on Lance Porter. We're starting to call a few more fouls now.
They are.
That was that would not have been called in the first half, I don't think.
Oh, not at all. No, they let everything go.
So that puts Ibrahim Abdul-Mateen Robinson on the line. And checking in for the Raptors, number 20, Thomas Lockery. This is Mateen Robinson's first trip to the line. He sinks it. Had an excellent game tonight for the Raptors. And I'm really glad to see his brother get some playing time. They're going to have to work him in slowly because, like we said, he's coming back from a bad knee injury. All the way. Murray Grant just took it all the way and made a beautiful layup. But the Raptors still up by 1. Here's Tchatchoua. He lost his footing. Battle for the ball. The Cardinals have it, but the Raptors get it right back as Kevin Neal got his hand in there.
There we go.
Beautiful feed to Tchatchoua. And Tchatchoua has really come alive here.
He got 6 points, I believe now.
And it was a great assist from Abdul-Mateen Robinson. Ibrahim. Here comes Neal.
3 ball.
Kicks it. 3 ball. Oh. No good. Callow. Tchatchoua at the rebound. He gets knocked around. Lockery. Raptors all of a sudden up by 5.
Yeah. Looking good. Can I get another stop?
Ooh. Almost a steal by Callum. Watch the hands of Kevin Neal. We were told he has an amazingly quick hand.
Whoa.
Foul is on Calla. He doesn't agree. I'm shocked.
Hey, well.
And that puts Jamaal Lee on the foul line. That's the first foul on Calla. Good look at Jamal Wise there. Lee is 2 for 3 from the foul line. Raptors up by 4, 6:59 to go. Check one is up, no good. Lockery runs it down. Head to Tchatchoua. Change of direction, he's fouled.
Fouls are starting to get called now.
Put on a nice little Eurostep move there to get free, but he was fouled, which of course caused him to miss the shot. And first one's up and good. Raptors are in the 1-and-1 now, as that's the 8th team foul for CCBC. Raptors have 9 team fouls, so one more, and the Cardinals will be in the 1-and-1. Second is up and good. So Tchatchoua, 2 for 2 from the line now, and he's up to 8 points.
8 points, yep.
And it's happened in a very short period of time. Timeout on the floor. And we get a good look at the Catonsville bench. So timeout on the floor, and boy, this last little bit is going to be great.
It is.
Raptors all of a sudden winning the battle on the boards, 34-26.
Which is really good. And what I also like is that they've really improved their field goal percentage. They're almost at 50% in this or in total, but most of that has come in the second half.
Yeah, they don't have it from 3 tonight, but from the field, they're almost at 50%. Meanwhile, Catonsville has fallen off a bit, and they're down to 36% from the field. And the Raptors are doing better at the line. They actually have more points from the line, 12-11, even though Catonsville's got a little better percentage. And one of our favorite, look at this. Points off turnovers, still in favor of Catonsville. Forced it up there, no good. And where's it going? Looks like it's Raptors ball. It's Kevin Neal with the basketball. Steal. There is Kelly, puts it up and in.
That was a difficult shot.
That was a very, that's like a 9.9 on the degree of difficulty scale. Yeah. He's 6 of 16 tonight from the field for 14 points. Battle for the ball. Tchatchoua drive on a Bodie. And they're going to call a charge on Tchatchoua. And that was pretty ticky-tack. He did extend his arm, and that's the reason for the call. Meanwhile, he and Abodi are having quite a conversation there in the paint at the other end. And I'm sure they're not asking what they're having to eat after the game.
But I wouldn't be surprised, though, if they're hungry.
I wouldn't be.
They're running up and down the court.
Because I know I'm hungry.
Oh, I've been thinking about that for the last 5 minutes.
And there were no Granny Smiths on the menu tonight.
No, but there was some pickle juice earlier.
That's true.
All right, well.
Filled up on some pickle juice.
Hopefully that helps.
Could be why you keep sliding away from me. And I don't blame you. It was Vlasic. Stallings McCargo. Oh, there's a steal. Oh, Smith couldn't find it.
And he's out of bounds.
Smith made a beautiful steal, but the ball went way up in the air and he just couldn't find it. because he was running.
Yeah, but luckily, the CCBC player stepped out of bounds, and we get the ball right back.
Doing a little uniform adjustment there. Good look at Ibrahim Abdul Mateen Robinson. Neal with the basketball. Almost had it taken away. There's Tchatchoua. Not good. Off the back of the rim. Stayed out the Raptors' end. 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Raptors up by 4. Raptors trailed by 7 at the half.
Yeah, they played much better this half.
They really have.
Yeah, the lead has been cut a little. They were up by a little more than 4 earlier, but they'll take this compared to how they were playing earlier.
Smith loses it, and boy, is there a collision at midcourt. I'm not really sure what happened there.
Yeah, there was
a foul. Okay, foul on Smith.
Yeah, it's almost like a low football tackle.
Yeah. He was just trying to prevent him from getting the ball.
Makes sense. Just wrong sport.
Good look at Jamaal Lee. Chris Martin checks back in. Also checking in is number 32, Isaiah Thomas for the Cardinals. Jamaal Lee at the line. He's 2 for 4, but he makes that one. Cuts the Raptors' lead to 3. Neal. Micah Morgan was riding his back up the court. On him like fly paper.
Wow.
Wow.
What a basket.
That was a great basket by Kevin Neal. He's one of the new additions to the Raptors roster. That was Neal's first bucket of the game. He's had a couple of steals, though. In and out. Tchatchoua with the rebound. Gets it up floor to the. Here comes an alley-oop. Wow.
What an alley-oop dunk.
Wow. 15 points for Smith.
Man.
But I tell you, you don't want to overlook that pass from Abdul Mateen Robinson. It was beautiful.
It was.
Perfectly timed. Perfect height, trajectory, and timing. That's his 3rd assist for a guy that plays on the block. That shows his versatility and his unselfishness. Because he could have taken that shot. But boy. Yeah, he's got 17, Abdul Mateen Robinson, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. It's a nice night's work.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not done. Meanwhile, Kenari Smith is boy, he has turned this crowd on in this arena tonight.
He has. He is an electric player.
Man, what a pickup for the Raptors. He's a highlight reel.
Oh, yeah.
And, boy, look at it. Bodies all over the place. Micah Morgan went in there. Martinez altered the trajectory. Yeah, our statistician, Evan Brown, just pointed out that Catonsville has now dropped to 12 of 18 from the foul line. It wasn't too long ago they were perfect.
Yeah.
And he made that one. And Lee has been to the line a lot. He's 4 of 7 from the line.
This is a crucial one right here. Could cut it back to 5.
Yeah. Yeah, right now it's a 2-possession game. Well, it'll be a 2-possession game regardless, but he missed it. Raptors will take that. Here's Neal. Smith. Stolen. And Joe Nathan Kelly with a nice bucket. Avoid that block. He's got 16 points, almost to his season average. He averages 18.1 a game. So we are not done bringing you Montgomery College basketball for the season. We've got another doubleheader coming up on the 7th of February when the Raptors will welcome in Chesapeake, the Skipjacks. They have had excellent basketball teams over the last few years. And as a matter of fact, their men's team won Maryland JUCO last year. So, and the Regents. So that'll be a tough contest for the Raptors. But from what we've seen tonight, they'll be up to the task.
Oh, yeah. They got a lot of good players that are they're ready to step up. I mean, there's players that were starting all season long. There's players that are just entering the team. This is going to maybe some new players starting relatively soon.
So, again, that's coming up on February the 7th. And we're looking forward to that. And I know the players love it. Players really enjoy and it's important to their future. You know, if they want to play at another level, getting game film from an MCTV game to show to scouts, very helpful. There's 3 minutes on the clock now, and it's a 4-point game, so every possession from this point on is vital for both teams. Raptors really want a bucket here. Martin puts it up off the rim.
Oh!
What a follow.
Wow.
Right at the buzzer. What a follow for Landon Martinez.
There's the replay.
Ooh. Wow. Great shot, too, by our excellent camera crew. So, what a great play and what a great shot by the MCTV camera crew.
That was amazing.
I could watch that about 20 times. we need to put that on Instagram and TikTok. And,
oh, yeah. We have a couple really good dunks today.
Excellent. That alley-oop to Smith.
Yeah, that was nice.
That's 6 points for Martinez. There's a bucket. Now the Cardinals with the full court pressure. Just over 2 minutes to go in the ball game. Every possession counts. Smith. Martin. Dean Robinson, he's tripped, but no call.
Yeah, it looked like a foul to me.
And Kelly missed. Ahead to Martinez. He pulls his way in, but it won't fall for him.
Steps on the line.
Stepped on the line. We've seen that called 2 or 3 times tonight. There's going to be a timeout. Raptors called the timeout. Minute 43 to go. Raptors up by 4, looking at the foul situation, CCBC is now in a double bonus situation. So every time they go to the line, they'll be shooting 2. The Raptors, on the other hand, they're in the bonus, but it'd be a 1-and-1 situation on non-shooting fouls. So that's a key thing. Foul shots are really going to be important here coming down to the wire. Good look at the Catonsville bench and a good look at the Raptors bench.
It's a really good shot.
As Coach Jamaal Wise is coaching them up, as we say. There's a good look at the Raptors cheer team. They add so much to the atmosphere. It's great to see it. And again, this crowd is really into this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a close game, a lot of, high-flying plays, great defense. This is a game you want to see on a Wednesday night.
Exactly. They get it in. Raptors looking for a good shot. Tchatchoua. Oh, he tried to get it inside to Martinez. Good save there. Oh, they ran out of time.
All right, it's time for a defensive stop.
Yeah, this is a very important possession here. Minute 21 to go. Doing the rolling the ball thing. I'm not sure what they gained by that.
I think the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, right.
It doesn't
I
start
know, but they made no progress up the court. That's Tchatchoua. The rebound. What they call?
Timeout.
Timeout. So the Raptors call a timeout to avoid Catonsville getting possession on that jump ball, because the arrow is in Catonsville's favor right now, the possession arrow. You know, I'm looking at Jaden Rowe over on the bench, and was his leg wrapped that much at the beginning of the game?
I don't think so.
And he was not walking very well. So I'm wondering if that, if he suffered an injury that we somehow missed, which wouldn't be surprising given how frenetic the game has been.
Yeah, it's high intensity game.
Yeah, but I don't recall him having that much of a wrap on, and I mean, I could be wrong. I hope I am. So Tchatchoua inbounding it. Full court pressure by the Cardinals, of course. We're down to a minute. Oh. They misread each other on that.
They did.
Yep.
All right. Every defensive stop here is crucial.
18 turnovers for the Raptors. That's a big factor. And that was not a well-timed one. Boy, did he carry that ball and not get called. I mean, he put it behind his back. It was right in front of us. And I don't want to point anybody out, but the referee was right there too. He may not have been looking at him, but oh my gosh, that was quite the carry. That was an NBA carry.
There's plenty of those in the NBA.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get a look at it here. All right, here we go. It was hard to see, but he carried it. But of course, fifth. All right, so 2-point game, under a minute to go. And it will be Raptors ball. 48 seconds to go. The Raptors will inbound. Catonsville with full court pressure. And there's a foul. Over the back. You got to call that.
Yeah, you have to.
It's his second foul. That's Joe Nathan Kelly. And he's got 16 points on the night, however. And that'll put Donovan Keys on the foul line. He's 2 for 2 on the night from the line. And every foul shot is critical. And he missed it. That is now 19 fouls on Catonsville. Raptors 12 for 19 from the foul line.
Oh.
And they get the tip in. Kelly with the tip in. We're all tied up with 32 seconds to go. And the Raptors call timeout. .4 seconds to go. The Cardinals are in the double bonus. The Raptors still in the 1-and-1 situation. One more team foul on Catonsville, and the Raptors will be in the double bonus. So the Catonsville press has really caused the Raptors some trouble.
It has. I mean, they tied the game back up virtually just off of the press and sealing the ball and getting quick layups. So, it also hasn't helped that MC has missed some free throws recently.
But yeah, the Cardinals press has been effective.
It has.
18 turnovers for the Raptors.
That's a lot.
that really sticks out.
It does.
That really sticks out. So, oh, look at that.
Who was that on the screen?
That is Evan Brown and Andre Anderson, and in the middle, their dad. Or maybe their grandpa. And there we see Talia Kunkar's mother. She's a big basketball fan. As well she should be. Her daughter's an excellent player. Had a great game in the first game of the doubleheader.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's a bad steal. And what's the call? Timeout was called. Out of bounds. A couple of substitutions. Will Tchatchoua is in for the Raptors is Elena Martinez. $18 seconds to go in the ball game. Timeout on the floor. 18 seconds to go. And they're saying the Raptors kicked the ball.
But if you go around, you can get in there.
So we are at crunch time. I know it's a cliche, but it's true.
Yeah.
There's a good shot of some of the fans here tonight. They've enjoyed a real fun doubleheader. Raptors women took the opener, 58-49, and we are knotted at 69 here with 18.6 seconds to go.
It's been a very entertaining game.
Which is, frankly, a fair amount of time. There's a lot that can happen.
Oh, yeah. Especially if there's fouls and things like that where people are going to the free throw line.
So, Catonsville has the basketball. They'll be inbounding in front of their bench. And Morgan, I'm sorry, that's Kelly inbounding it. Boy, they almost had a backcourt violation there.
Oh.
And now they do. Turnover.
Yep.
Raptors pressure put on there by Chris Martin. And that forced a turnover.
Another timeout.
Another timeout on the floor. 12 seconds to go. The Raptors with the basketball, and they will be inbounding on their end of the court. So you couldn't ask, in a tie game, this is a pretty good situation for the Raptors.
It is.
They've got ample amount of time to get a good shot, but Catonsville's defense has really stepped it up a notch here in the last couple of minutes. That's how they got back into a tie. Particularly Micah Morgan for them has really been defending. And he's forced a couple of turnovers.
Do you go for the three-pointer here or the two-pointer? What are you doing?
Man, I just think you want a good shot.
Yeah, whatever the good shot is.
Now, the Raptors have not shot well from three tonight.
That's true.
Not at all. So they have only made 1 out of 10. And if my math is correct, that's 10%.
It's correct. You did well in school. Yeah.
I still got it, man.
Nice.
The old ticker is still working. So here we go. Chris Martin inbounding it. Abdul Mateen Robinson. Ibrahim. There's the shot. No good. Smith battles, and we're going to overtime. We are going to overtime as the Raptors did not get off a good shot. So here we go. We got
some more. Who doesn't love extra time of basketball, There you go.
Free basketball, as they used to call it. Free baseball, if it's extra innings, free basketball.
But what if the, our games are free, so is it free basketball?
This is like doubly free.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than that.
The Raptors just didn't get a good shot off. And, Tchatchoua made that pass inside. I'm wondering now, hindsight is always 20/20.
Yeah.
Should he have shot it? He was open.
He was.
But he's an unselfish player. He was going for a higher percentage shot, which is why he fed the ball inside. But, they have been tough inside all night.
They have. Especially for not having that much size on their team as well.
They have defended very well in the paint. Yeah, Catonsville has 30 points in the paint tonight. Raptors have 34. But the Raptors definitely have the height advantage.
They do.
And Catonsville takes a quick lead here. Overtime is 5 minutes. The foul situation stays the same. And timeout for the Raptors. So, back to the bench they go. Raptors, isn't it a nice stat? The Raptors have scored 36 points from their bench players tonight.
Wow.
So more than half their points are from players off the bench. 26 for Catonsville.
Yeah, a lot of the starters for MC haven't been on their game today, so the bench has to kind of step up in that aspect.
Yep, and that's the beauty of having some depth, is that you've got some guys that you can go to who can score. So Kenari Smith will inbound for the Raptors as we're back in action. Calla to Martin. Inside to Ibrahim Abdul-Mateen Robinson. Oh my gosh. Martin got mugged in the corner.
3 free throws coming up.
So he'll have 3 freebies. And that foul was on Murray Grant, and I don't think there's any question about it. That's four fouls on Grant as well. I don't understand how he could even object to that. Frankly.
Yeah, that was like straight foul.
It was pure contact. And Martin misses the first. He's 2 of 3 from the line tonight. Maybe more importantly, that's the 10th team foul on Catonsville, which means the Raptors will shoot 2 every time they go to the line from this point on. Unless, of course, they get fouled shooting a 3, like they just did. So Martin makes the second. Let's see if he can tie it up. It's up and no good. Tchatchoua gets a rebound though. Big rebound. Gets it out to Abdul-Mateen Robinson, who scores.
So they got 3 points out of that.
Huge rebound by Tchatchoua.
Yeah, 3 points out of that possession instead of the 2. So that's actually really crucial.
Yeah.
Because now they're up by 1.
And there's a steal. Up. It's lost. Up. Picked up by the Cardinals. Another steal by Calla. And he stepped on the line. That was some crazy action there.
Oh, yeah. We were almost a part of the action.
Yeah, I tell you. Calla wanted to join us at the booth. So Stallings McCargo will inbound for the Cardinals. Here they come. Raptors not pressing. Raptors not pressing. There's Grant.
Oh.
And I'm not sure about that one, but he probably got him on the hand. Grant makes the first. Ties it at 72. And he has not missed from the line tonight. Does that one, makes that one.
Definitely a coach's best friend when it comes from free throws.
Oh, the coaches love that. Make those freebies. Smith. Puts a little jump hook up. Doesn't go.
Oh.
And Martinez just missed the follow.
Good block.
There's a block. Another block.
What?
There's a foul. Foul is on Ibrahim Abdul-Mateen Robinson. And Abodi will be shooting 2. Makes the first. Put Catonsville up by 1. Oh, I'm sorry, 2. Scoreboard was a little late. Boy, does he have an arc on that foul shot.
Oh, yeah.
Missed the second one. Now a little pressure here from Tchatchoua with a beautiful move. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow. That's about all you can say about that one. That was a thing of beauty. Here
yeah. Look at the cross. Oh, into the crossover, but still. Euro step
gosh.
to the.
Beautiful.
Wow.
In traffic. You knew you were going to get banged. You just knew it.
Oh, come on.
And blocking foul on Martinez. Down on the baseline. That's his third. And that'll put Abodi back on the line where he'll be shooting 2. He's 1 for 4 from the line.
The thing is about these free throws, when you get to the 2 free throw shots at this point, the game basically comes down to this.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be so many fouls and players are going to go to the line so much that if you can knock them down, you're just going to continue to increase the lead. And if you're going to see, there's 2 right there.
Yeah, he missed both of them. Tchatchoua is starting to play like the Tchatchoua we know. Very quiet early, but he has really come on in the second half, like a team leader would. Oh, there's a steal. There's that. And that is, they call it a block. He was inside the circle. He was inside that semicircle down there inside the lane. So that's got to be a foul on, and that is his 5th. And I'm hoping he's okay because he is walking off rather gingerly. Will Tchatchoua.
Yeah, I think
he took quite a hit though. Well, he got one of those arcers to go in. Albright Abodi. He's 2 of 7 from the line. Make that 2 of 8. Oh, that's a bad turnover. And Martinez knows that he takes full accountability, but that's a tough turnover at a tough spot. So Catonsville retains possession. Oh, great steal there by Kala off the inbound. That was a great steal.
Way to win it back.
Really, really was. You don't see that very often. That is a big turnover. Oh, Mark lost possession. Minute 38 to go. Ball hit his leg and he lost control. From the corner, off, no good. Martin with the rebound. He'll push it.
3 ball.
3 off the iron, no good. Rebound to Catonsville. Lee, no good. Rebound, Abdul Mateen Robinson, and he's holding his calf. 1 minute to go. 1 point game. Raptors with possession. Smith, up, no good. Rebound, Chris Martin. Puts it up, no good. Partially blocked. And I think we've got another cramp situation.
Where's the pickle juice?
Calling for the pickle juice dispenser. Well, I tell you, they could have made a fortune if they sold pickle juice here tonight.
Oh, man.
Marketing idea.
Yeah, we do really well at promoting these different type of things.
So as we take a quick look at some of the stats, the Raptors have definitely improved their shooting. They're now at 44% versus 36 for Catonsville. Raptors have basically caught them at the foul line.
But look at the 3-point shooting today for both teams.
Yeah, neither team is shooting worth a darn from 3. And but points off turnovers. Wow, what a difference. 29 for Catonsville to just 7 for the Raptors. Wow.
So basically, they haven't been capitalizing on any, or not, obviously they have 7, but on a lot of their turnovers on Catonsville, they haven't capitalized.
No. And the Raptors with 23 turnovers to 11 for Catonsville. And that's tough to win with that many turnovers. It really is. Raptors do have an edge on bench points, 37-26. But the turnovers are really hurting them right now. And you can't afford turnovers in this type of situation. It's just 30 seconds to go in the ball game. This is a key possession, a vital possession, and a vital defensive situation for the Raptors. 17 seconds. They don't have to shoot. There's only 1 second on the clock. And that's a violation.
There we go.
That is a turnover. That is a turnover. And the Raptors have the ball with 12 seconds to go. They trail by 1 point. And they don't have a lot of time. Here they go. Here's Smith. Down the lane. It's knocked away. And that is the ball game. That is the ball game. As it comes right down to the last second. And Catonsville pulls it out 77-74 in overtime. What a tough loss for the Raptors.
Yeah, it was kind of just, it happened so quickly, you know, like they had the opportunity, maybe a better shot opportunity would have been something they could have looked for, but they fought hard today.
I mean, Smith took it down the lane, and a lot of good things have happened in those situations. So, you know, I don't fault him for what he did there at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, he attacked the basket. He's been scoring well today.
Yep. And apparently I'm just being told that the Raptors did have a timeout remaining. So, you know, do with that as you will. but it's a tough loss for the Raptors. It was a great game, very entertaining. So the Raptors split the doubleheader tonight. The women's team takes the opener, 58-49, but the Raptors men's team comes up ever so short in overtime, 77-74. Any final thoughts, Andre?
It was a good day of basketball, and we'll be back February 7th.
February 7th, we'll be right back here when the Raptors entertain Chesapeake in another doubleheader. So we look forward to that. Thank you all for watching tonight. My thanks to Andre Anderson, Evan Brown, our statistician, and everybody on the MCTV crew for another great job. So from all of us here at MCTV, thanks so much for watching Raptors basketball.
Don't need no time watch. I don't know how I got you in my pocket spot. Yeah, that's babe, need you every day. You like my oxygen, make it seem like the barging down. Got my heart no barging in, from the bed to the floor to the couch. Might wake the neighbors up, break you in then break you out. In the end we gon' make a child, then we gon' hit the shower. Part 2 we don't need no pause. You with Misty, we gon' get tipsy, don't need a power shot.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars from a copy my steel. Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real. Ain't no cap, I'm real. The plastic bars from a copy my steel.
Got my heart no in the bed. Break you in then. Yeah, this every day. Got my heart no in the bed. Break you in then. Yeah, this every day. This sound like Argentina. Had to fix my demeanor. No, they don't want me breathing. Still I rose like diamonds. Got on 3 Jesus pieces, looking like Jay-Z and Yeezy. So far from conceited, but how can I be defeated? I hate to turn my wrist on like I'm Ben 10. Rappers think they doing something, I'm not a fan. I told my dad today, he said it's all pretend. I got back in my bed, now I got no friends.
Copy my steel. Face the fact that ain't no cap, I'm real.